Nova Foundation Program team. My name is Raghav Ankur, working with KPIT, and I am leading technical training initiative at KPIT. Today we have with us Mr. Rajeev Mathew Daniel from KPIT, and Mr. Rajeev will help us to understand his journey with KPIT. Okay, he will also provide some good insight about technical projects that he has contributed in KPIT. Hi Rajiv, I welcome you to this short connect. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you so much, Raghav, for inviting me.
Okay, so Rajiv, may I ask you to give a short introduction here first?
Mhm. So, my name is Rajeev. I've been with KPIT since 2012 August. I've joined in as an intern. Since then, I've been working part of different projects. When I joined as an intern, I was pretty excited, like what could happen, what will happen, how my journey will be. So the first question I've asked the tag team, that is talent acquisition team, who recruited me, like what would be that I would work on. So they told me stack, and I'm like, okay, stack. The only stack that I know is in C program, where the variables and the
Okay.
data gets pushed, and I'm like, okay. As I started working, I clearly understood that stack is more than that. It is a set of software modules working together. So yeah. My first activity that was is about validating a software for a diagnostic feature. That was my first activity. That too using a BMW proprietary tool. That was one experience that I had, because I was validating all the DTCs, that is the trouble the diagnostic troubleshoot code that comes out of the diagnostic software that is enabled by the diagnostic. Nowadays, if you go to the service centers, after saying service center, they're able to find faults using this DTC tool. So that this is because of the software that is there. So I totally started liking it, because liking the software part of it, because software was able to enable features. So that was great eye opening. And then I understood how software is going to play a role in today's automotive. It's more of a software defined vehicle nowadays. Nowadays, yes. And then
Okay.
then I started, I moved on, and I since then, okay, now you can see the OBD ports also. I became fascinated. What kind of information can the OBD ports give to the user also? So I started liking that OBD port within our car. And then yeah so now since I started off with software, so I started understanding how complex the software is. So there are a lot of codes involved. If you look at today's modern luxury cars, there is more than 100 lines of code, 100 million lines of code. That is what statistics in KPT website shows. 100 million, and aeroplane is 10 million. So it is very complex. Now, how do we handle this complex architecture? Means that there needs to be a standardization. So I was standardization, and it is called AutoSAR, where the OEMs and tier ones came together and prepared AutoSAR architecture design. So I was part of a project where where we were migrating all the legacy platform software to these AutoSAR platform software. So I was fortunate to be part of one of the teams. So I understood how the legacy was working. Legacy meaning these software were there with the OEMs or tier ones for a long time. So now they started moving to AutoSAR, because that was the need of the hour to handle the complex software. So was part of that. Then I started working with safety projects. What is that? Because our automotive car is very prone to hazardous situation. So passengers needs to be safe. So industry started looking into how we can make sure the passengers are safe in this hazardous. So they came up and derived with ISO 262 specification. And I was part of a project where we started implementing the software using the state of the art checks and procedures.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So that also gave me an insight how serious and how important each line of code that I write and what are the checks that I have to do.
Yeah, sure.
Then, yeah, uh, these are a couple of good projects that I have been part of. Then I have
Okay.
started, yeah.
Yeah, as a fresher, when you joined KPIT team, you said that you joined in a diagnostic team,
Yeah.
and you were working in, I think, lot of diagnostic application design. So if anyone join as a fresher in KPIT in the same team, okay, what is a minimum skill set? Okay, or what is our expectations to that fresher? So can you
So
just tell
yeah,
us? Yeah.
yes. So nowadays we are all exposed to the latest technology. It's easy to learn, easy. So the expectation now that I see is when the candidate comes and join a project, the language that we speak should is kind of already understood by the fresher there, because these are now already taught in our latest syllabuses and all. So it is expected that you understand this terminologies, the language that we speak. So C is C, like example C and all. It's understood that you will know the basics of C and how it is, but how efficiently that can be programmed, etc. That is trained. That is over the period we'll get improved. But at least the languages or the terminology you got to know that you have to be prepared while you come. So there are
Yeah,
a lot
sure.
many technologies now, and it's easy to get exposed to those technology during the college days
Okay.
itself.
Okay. So any diagnostic applications is written in which programming language?
Uh, yeah, see, our car is now a safety critical. This one as a product. So mostly it is written C and C++. Mostly,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, sure.
But there are
Okay.
there are now there are a lot of technologies coming in, like since Android and all is coming into picture, where and cloud and all, where diagnostic information is exchanged. There are other languages also coming into picture, so the other skill set is also very important apart from C++ nowadays.
Yes, definitely. So because a lot of disruptions is happening in automotive software design itself.
Yes.
Okay, and so considering this, do you tell freshers that what is the latest projects that can come in this domain? So any specific use case that you think that I think the freshers are going to be excited about that? So is there any fascinating projects we have?
Definitely, all the current electronics enabling software will continue to be there. Okay, such as the engine management system, such as the ABS, all will be there. Apart from that, it is now what the industry speaks is about connectivity to the connectivity on to the infrastructure, connectivity across the vehicles. So these are and especially autonomous is a big word nowadays. So a lot of data are getting exchanged. So data science will be there. Data, AL, ML, ML will be there. The machine learning, cloud computing, all of these are there. So many, like so for this all this happened, Linux skill set is required, robotic operating system skill set is required, uh, uh, and QNX, hypervisor. These are the technology buzzwords that we speak nowadays in the automotive industry.
Okay, yeah, thank you. I think thank you, Rajeev, for joining in and explaining your experience working with KPIT. And thank you and have a lovely day. Thank you, Rajeev.
Thank you, Raghav, for giving me
Thank
the
you.
opportunity to share my experience. Thank you.